Two areas to watch out here on our Thursday morning. First is Nesat, located here towards the south of Hong Kong, and the other, Invest 92W, which in the course of the next several days could develop and pull off here towards the west. First, though, let's talk about Nesat, which is located now towards the south of Hong Kong. That after it brought the flooding rains in northern Luzon, also across southern areas of Taiwan. Now bringing windy conditions, in fact, to Hong Kong, and seeing the reports of downed trees out there, and even funneling winds from the north with the latest cold surge across the Taiwan Strait. Now here's the good news. This is expected to continue to weaken out as we go ahead into Tuesday, as that cold air with the latest surge kind of wraps into the storm system, but still going to be impacting places like Hainan pretty significantly. Here's a look at the latest forecast from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, just showing it kind of weaken out those winds as that dry air funnels into the storm system. Overall, the center line does continue to pull it towards the west, just towards the north of Neneng, which is fantastic news because Neneng and the surrounding areas truly do not need more rainfall. They got that devastating flood last week. So yeah, it does look like the bulk of the precipitation going to stay north of that metro area. I mentioned kind of fall apart before coming on shore. But yeah, you know, the storm system still could bring some additional scattered showers across that area. Meanwhile, though, let's pull back the bigger picture, though, because of course that is where Nesat is. But we have this other area, broad area of convection back towards the east. Nothing terribly organized at this time. Look at the MMIC TPW, total precipitable water. Now that simply means how much moisture is kind of in the atmosphere, and you have our storm system right there. There is Nesat. Look at the latest cold surge coming in out of northeastern China, far eastern Russia. That's the reason why temperatures in Tokyo is starting to drop, but this also creates a line of wind shear. So anything that wants to develop is going to have to smack into this, and if it does, it would weaken out. That's what we're seeing here. Well, the big question is, see our next invest area right in there? How much is that going to wrap up, and is it going to have time to organize and before it smacks into this, or is it just going to track further towards the west? Right now, let's just kind of show you the difference between some of the guidance. This showing the East or the GFS as through our Thursday and into Friday, and it kind of has this area not getting as much impact from the shear front. You can see that right in there as, let's say, the ECMWF, because ECMWF wants it to look kind of like this with that cold front coming in from the north with the latest surge, and that really rips it apart more so. And this is typically what would more likely happen. Basically, anytime you get cold, dry air would blow off the convection off towards the northwestern periphery of it, much like what we've seen with Neneng, would bring another round of heavy rainfall Thursday and the Friday, unfortunately, for the northern coast of Luzon. And I think Friday, Saturday potentially as well, we're going to have just more rainfall here in northern Luzon and the east coast of Taiwan. Now what I'm showing you here is the GFS kind of has that area just a little bit slower, which would just bring in the rainfall a little bit later, and it would allow this more time to develop into something else. I think the GFS is being overly aggressive, but at least at this time, definitely something you want to continue to monitor. And I know that's not the answer a lot of people want to hear. It's not very straightforward, but it never really is when we're talking about long range outlooks on an area that is just so disorganized. And you see the ensembles. I mean, it's all over the place. It's a pretty big hot mess at this time. What the spaghetti plots show, I mean, it's with the GFS, it's like I just really don't know. So at this time, I would say just, you know, best guess, not even guess, kind of just educated guess. You have a cold front coming in from the north, right? That is bringing all that shear across, well, really the southwestern areas of Japan, extending into Taiwan. That will eventually interact with this area. That is going to help keep it weak. Plus, this is just terribly disorganized at this time. And you really need to get something organized together quicker before this would start to interact with it. So I would lend more towards what the ECMWF is saying, at least in our guidance. But for now, you know, definitely we've seen things spin up pretty quickly. So definitely would keep a very close eye on it over coming days. I hope that makes sense. I'm a little bit back and forth on this, just in the mere fact I know northern areas of Luzon are still recovering from that serious flooding here from the Ning. So I don't want you to let your guard down on it, but I don't want you to overly worry either. Of course, though, that's all for today, guys. This is just a quick kind of since it's very dynamic and kind of an evolving area, I wanted to give you guys a screencast update here just kind of breaking down the details a little bit more. Let me know if you like that, or if you just would prefer the green screen and kind of getting to the point of it all. I know it's a mix between both, and I'm going to still put out the green screen quick update as well today. So just the, just the graphics with the music in the background. If a lot of people just like that, it just gets really to the point. But that's all. All right, stay safe out there, guys, and as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day.